Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on everyone's favorite, oh, there's a microphone there. We're going to be working on everyone's favorite compact Mac, the SE30. This one used to be super orange. Oh, I meant to get a picture, but go check my Blue Sky account. I posted a picture of how orange this one was, or look back at the thumbnail from last week. This one was the third one, the one on the right. It was very, very gross. It wasn't dirty gross, it was just yellow gross. I haven't seen one that particularly orange. But now it's back to its proper color. It's all nice and beige. And so this is ready to go back together. Look at the chassis. That's the wrong color. What did I do there? Oh, what is wrong with me? Oh man, this is sure to make some people angry. Yeah, let's say hi to folks in the chat while you process what I did here, because I'm sure some folks might not be happy about that. Who all is here? Who all is here today? Are we actually live? YouTube's being weird to me. We got Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. We got Francois Reval. All Things DG, Jack68K, Trina's Techno Babble, Ian Scott, Hassan Aviation, sorry if I say that wrong. Who else is here? I803866SX, yay. Garth Beagle. Oh, Garth loves the chassis color. I DIY is here. Hello, John, who's already angry. Yeah. So this is the chassis for this guy. This chassis had some rust in it. And so by the time I cleaned out the rust and even it went all the way up to the hard drive cage, I was like, let's try something different. And I had this white spray paint. It's a semi-gloss. And so yeah, I decided to paint it all white. I think it looks pretty good. I don't think it's conductive paint, but I don't know. Let's try. I doubt it's conductive, but I doubt it's much of an insulator. Nah, it's insulating. Oh well. As long as you get in the, as long as the screws break through the paint and, get into there when we do the grounding, it should be fine. Hello, Asmodeus, and if I've missed anyone else, Joe Williams, I think I missed you. Hello. Hello, everyone. All right, so let's start putting this thing back together. Oh, well, all right, I'll talk about this in a second. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. I'm freaking tired, man. This week has sucked. Oh, this is also kind of funny. The plastic shielding on this system was also very yellowed. I've never seen one of these shields turn this color. And so if that gives you any indication as to how yellow this thing was. And it's not cigarette smoke. This is yellowing. So I don't know if they worked in like a nuclear plant or something and everything just turned yellow. But regardless, we're back. We're okay. It's nothing's permanently damaged. We'll put the case on later. But the one thing I want to do real quick, I already put the speaker in. I showed you how to do that before. Use a little acetone, a little leftover piece of plastic. But one of the things I noticed, and I noticed this more on SE30s than SEs, is that the screw hole things are the standoffs on some of them are kind of cracking, and so we're gonna do a little repair on that real quick. So let's zoom in. Okay. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see exactly the cracks, but you'll see the process at least. I803866SX has been working on, I think, compact power supplies for laptops, trying to get them repaired. I hate power supplies, man. There's so few components, but I can never figure out what's going wrong. So this is my little container of acetone, and I have a glass syringe that I use, and with a really, really fine tip on it. And so we're just gonna drip that on there. Now, so the other thing is you want to go slow when you're doing this, because if you shoot your acetone all over this thing, you can really screw up the front. Oh, see, like that. I just shot that out behind me. Luckily, that's why I did it behind me. There's nothing behind me. We're just gonna put some little drips on here. If you put on enough, oh, there we go. Gonna let that soak. Gonna just put them on the cracks. This one's kind of a big crack. Okay, let that soak in for just a moment. And then just squeeze it with some pliers, and you'll see the plastic, you can kind of make it out here that the plastic kind of oozes out through the crack. That's what we want to see. We want that oozing to start happening, because you know you've softened up the plastic then. Here. Oh, that was too much. Oh my God, that was what I was telling you not to do. Oh, I probably just ruined this beautiful machine. Just kind of squeeze that like that. Make sure we get it flowing. Oh, I don't want to look. Okay, whew, it didn't come out the front. That was too much excitement. That was exactly what I did not want to happen. Yeah, as Dave said, you can use like a Q-tip to apply it too. Keep squeezing that. Oh yeah, that's better. See, I'm just giving it just a little bit of squeezing and then letting it go. Here. Okay, I think that's all of them, and we're gonna let that sit for a while. We'll come back to that. So, yeah, so the acetone will eventually evaporate. It kind of soaks into the plastic, and by the time it evaporates, there you go. See how you can see like how the plastic's kind of oozed out a little bit from around the crack. So that just fills up the crack with the leftover plastic bits. The acetone kind of dissolves the plastic and makes it soft. And there, you can see how that all oozed out. All right, so we're gonna just let that sit. Yeah, see how that all oozed out of there? That's very nice. Hey, Retro Viator, hello. And Gupbomb is here. John says he's anxious for me. Thank you, John. All right, let's get to the floppy drive. Let's put that in. Oh yeah, and if you're just tuning in, well, I might have not said it yet. We're also going to disassemble a Macintosh Color Classic today. So a week or so ago, I got a giant lot of Mac stuff. It has, we took apart 2 of the SE30s last week. But the reason that I got the whole lot is because it had a Color Classic in it. And that was the real reason I wanted the lot, was because I wanted the Color Classic. So anyway, we're going to be taking that apart and seeing how bad it is later. All right, so this floppy drive I lubricated and cleaned up a little bit, and it seems to be working fine. I did not replace the cheese gear because I forgot to buy more cheese gears. Color Classic is not crummy. It's artificially slow. But I guess that would sort of qualify as crummy. Okay, so these, obviously we're using these screws that have the washers built into them. I know, Dave, that I didn't replace the cheese gear, but this drive seems to be working really nicely. So I bought a bunch on eBay, and they're terrible. The hole on the inside is too big, and the cheese gear kind of flops around. So it's not an ideal situation. Okay, our floppy drive's in. We gotta remount our fan. Which way does the fan go? Fan sucks out. Where's our analog board here? Oh, the other thing we need to do. So normally we think with the Mac Plus and 128 and all that we worry about our analog board solder joints cracking, but it can happen in a Classic, and it actually looks, or I mean in an SE, and a Classic for that matter, but it looks like someone's reflowed most of these. There are, I don't know if that's going to show up real well, but if you look closely, yeah, you can see a little circle around those solder points. So that means that those are starting to crack. So we're going to reflow all of the power connector. I don't know who they are. There's a comment on the eBay post that they got tired of seeing their gears for sale from other people for expensive amounts, so they just kept reposting them cheaper and cheaper. So I don't know who that was originally. It could be, it might be him. That name does sound familiar. I know I bought some before, and the hole in the middle of the gear was too small, so I had to drill them out, and then they worked okay. But these ones are too big, and the gear kind of moves around a little bit, and they bind up. Yeah, the next time if you take a look at those 3D printed ones, look under the microscope. I'll just have to buy some more stuff from from Koba. His cheese gears are really nice. Oh, and actually, I think that reminds me. I think Kay is actually sending me something. So we'll have to do a stream. Once he sends that to me. This one's not like a pre-release product or anything. It's something that's been out for a while, but it's new to me. Hey, it's Rudy's Retro Intel. Hello, Rudy. We might pop in the SE30 Peeker again today. If we have some time later. The other two SE30 logic boards that we looked at last week, I put through the ultrasonic cleaner. They look pretty good. One of them, what happened to it? Oh, Q3 came off somewhere along the way, and it's now in the ether. So Q3's gone. So we'll have to put a new Q3 on. So we'll have to use your SE30 Peeker and redo this. Okay, so that goes like that. There's a bunch of holes here, and then that goes suck like that. Probably want that rotated like that, so it's nice and tight against the... Oh yeah, that's what we want. That's what we want. I have a fan positive and black, so that's all set. All right, where's all the screws? Here's a couple. These look like long screws. Yeah, let's use these long screws. There's multiple. The cheese gears are not universal. How did I not know that? And how did Garth not know that? Garth knows everything. Oh. Oh, you mean you don't know the internal diameter of the cheese gear shaft on an Omron versus Sawana? And you might notice here that I did not recap the analog board. Generally, they're not. You don't need to recap the analog boards or power supplies on most of these things. There are models that you should recap the analog board. Okay, so these get little lock washer, star washer things. Gotta make sure we get all the right screws here. Uh-oh. Am I missing one? Nope, there it is. There it is. Okay, we have all four. That's a good point, John. Get both, otherwise you'll always have the wrong one for the drive you're working on. Okay. Let's get this guy on here. So who's looking forward to seeing this color classic? I know I am. I've never worked on a color classic, so this will be my first time. I'm excited. Oh, Garth mixed up his gears. Oh, Garth. What are we gonna do with you? Retro Viator says that the Mac Effects gears are for Omron and not the Sanwa. Get those perfectly aligned in the middle of their spots. Hello, Rodville. All right. Oh, we're gonna have to gotta solder in our fan wires. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes the floppy drives need to be recapped. I did not recap that one. What's in here? Run you up here. Bloop. There we go. Let's do that one before I dislodge it. I don't know if I've had to recap the 1.44 drives there. I know that I've had 800K drives that I've repaired by recapping them. But again, those are a little older. Those little tiny caps, you know, losing a little bit of juice left in their old age, maybe. Pull that around there. Just want to make sure that we don't get that bound up in here. This power supply is an Ace Tech. I've generally found they're good. Okay, yeah, that'll be okay. Alrighty, what are we doing now? I think, no. Oh, let's put this on. I didn't retro bright this because I like this as like a little peek into this computer's life. They must have used this one on the sun. Okay, there's that. I think what I'm gonna do... Uh-oh. I don't see the power supply screws. Oh my gosh. Trina, was I not organized enough? Or did somebody take this apart one time and replace the fine screws with coarse ones? Yeah, look, we have way too many of the coarse ones. Somebody, I don't remember that one, we took it apart. We're gonna have to put the right ones back in there. That's okay, Dave. This computer is just for sale. We are gonna sell this one, get it out of here, because I have too much crap and I need my money back from this lot of stuff. If anyone in New England is looking for a SE30 and happens across this stream, hit me up. Yeah, we'll have to see if the threads are all messed up. Okay, so I found 3 of the right ones in this bag. And somewhere around here I should have a Phillips head. Okay, just gonna put a couple of these in. It's a lot easier to put this all back together when the power supply is loose. So we're just gonna put in a couple of the top ones. Yep, that is definitely a mangled thread, but it'll be okay. That'll be fine. Okay, so we got that. Let's sort our screws out. Oh God, oh, I'm dropping my water. All right, so we gotta make sure that we have enough short screws. Yep. We have excess short screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, we have the right number of short screws and long screws. Okay, fine. Fine. No, this is all okay. We're just missing one of the case screws. I know I totally was organized when I disassembled this and put everything exactly where it needed to go. Maybe I didn't. Okay, CRT. I did notice there's something kind of weird about this CRT, that the 4 wires come out like that. Normally there's a little box on the side that the 4 wires come out of. But whatever. Need our T15. Hey, Carthor. Okay, again, we're turning backwards till you feel it click, and then we're going forward. The other thing is, sometimes there's like slightly fatter screws, or the thread pattern is slightly different. These all look the same. Oh God. Oh, we dropped it. That one went in nice. Okay. Oh yeah, also, I posted on social media last night about III DIYs. Where are we going here? It goes around like that. Cursed LC575. It is not working yet. Basically, one of the chips, the last time I had gotten it to work, I thought that one of the chips had a bunch of like really weak solder or like pads and traces underneath of it. So I took that chip off, reinforced every trace under that chip, and we now get chime, but then we get an instant sad Mac sound. So that we haven't made as much progress in that front as I was hoping. We'll get there eventually though. Oh, look at this. I screwed the ESD bag down to this thing. So we haven't made anything worse. We just haven't made it as better as I wanted it to be. Hey, Mac 84 is here. Hello. We are just rebuilding a Mac SE30. What do you think of my color choice on the chassis, Steve? An official Mac purist. No, I don't think he's a Mac purist, but a Mac professional. Aficionado. What's the right word to describe your relationship with the Macintosh, Steve? Printer purist. As part of this lot, not the one that came with this, but the lot of stuff that we started taking apart the SE30s from last week, and the Color Classic we're going to take apart today, that came with an image writer in box. So of course I thought of you, Steve. Hey, it's Bacchus and All Things DG. No, you were already here, All Things, weren't you? Did I say hi to you? Oh, I feel bad if I didn't say hi to people. If I missed you, I apologize. Okay, so yeah, what I did there, waited till all the screws were sort of set. That's all good to go. Now we need to make sure we put our floppy in before we do this. I should have painted all the screw heads. Ah, what a missed opportunity. Yeah, we're missing screws here too. We don't have the right ones. So there's 2 currently here. There should be 4, but you really don't need 4. But we definitely are missing screws here. Okay. Alright, let's get the analog board power supply in here. The other thing that's weird, I really think this CRT was replaced at some point, because look at how nice this Tygon tubing is. Normally this is really yellow. I don't know that it's technically Tygon tubing, but it looks like Tygon tubing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get your brightness knob in the right spot. Get your analog board latched around these little tabs. See how I left the power supply loose and that made it easier to get around that thing. I'm gonna put one of those screws in real quick just to shore this up on the side. I will not be at Swap Fest tomorrow unless someone really wants to buy an SE30 and then I can make it. I really need to get the rest of these. So the lot that I bought was 11 computers. I think it was 11. So it was 2 SE30s, a color classic, a classic 2, a classic, and 6 SEs. Oh yeah, someone totally mangled that screw hole. We probably should just reuse those, but whatever. All right, that's good enough for now. We got to put all of these in. Make sure to put this thing on. Why do we need to put this on? Because people on the internet will yell at you if you forget it. So yeah, these should all be the coarser ones, sheet metal screws. All of these should be the machine screws for the power supply. Yeah, they didn't have the right screws in here. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that's good. I would say just I'd sell this to Alan Gracia because he buys all my computers after I restore them. But he just bought an SE30 after me. I don't think he needs to off of me. I don't think he needs to. Okay, there's that. Let's get our ground. Oh, we could actually do a little test to see if we've broken through the paint. Make sure everything's all grounded together. Let's check. Go to beat mode. We'll go on. You don't need to see what I'm doing. Go on one of the screws over here. I'll go the floppy screw. Yay. Yeah, so we broke through the paint. Everything's properly grounded. We're all good. Nobody needs to stress out. Okay, So this board, if people remember last week when we tried to use Ron's, what's this thing called? Remind me, it's the Pico Micro Vid Compact SE something. Pico video adapter. What the heck is this called? Whatever it's called. SE Combo Pico Vid. There we go. Needs the name on the item. Ron, put the name on the item. We basically got weird. I don't know. It was weird. Whatever we saw coming out of there was weird. So I knew that this chip had some really awful corrosion due to the caps. So I took this chip off and I looked around, and there were 2 bad traces, and I think one of the solder joints was so corroded that all the solder had gone away. So we basically had 3 bad joints going to this chip. Once I got those traces repaired, I don't know if you can see here, there's one poking up there and one over here. The system now booted, but we had vertical lines, and you could see that everything was working. I was getting the flashing question mark. What else was I getting? The mouse would move around, so everything was working, and so it was just the video that was having an issue, and it was like vertical lines, and you could only see about half of it. I just had an issue with a Mac Plus with a very similar issue, and that was caused by bad LS166 chip. And right here is an LS166, and there were a lot of corroded traces here on this F253 and the LS166. So I took those 2 off. I cleaned up all the traces. No traces were broken there. And I happen to have 2 of these chips, so I just put on, I haven't even tested to see if the other ones were bad yet. I just put these 2 on. I was like, screw it. And so this is now, that replaced those. Everything's working great. Okay, so this thing should be good to go. Again, we're gonna let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's a really bad area for the SE30s, just because of all the bad traces. Oh, you know what I want to do? Okay, well, we can put this in here anyway. I actually have not powered up this chassis yet, so I don't want to power it up with an SE30 board. We are going to power it up with an SE board because we care less if we explode an SE board with like 100 volts coming out of our power supply. Okay. That's good. Oh, I forgot to plug all of our bits in. Make sure to plug your yoke connector in. Power connector's good. That power connector's good. Oh, no. What? That's not the power connector. That's the neck board connector. Hey, Callan. Yeah, so after this one, I still have 2 more SE30s that I need to finish restoring and get the heck out of here. Oh, right, I was using this power cable as part of the yeah, never forget this. I destroyed a LC575 analog board by forgetting that. So never forget your analog or your anode cap. Because once that discharges on something on your analog board, it makes it a little zappy. A little zappy. And don't forget this cable too, your grounding strap to the front. Okay, so I think we are all connected. All right, so here we go. We don't need this right now. Set you aside. And what do we need? We need a regular SE logic board. We're not going to get chime because I don't have the speaker plugged in. Let's yeah, Retro Viator. So this chassis had a lot of rust. The rust went all the way up to the hard drive cage, and by the time I got it all cleaned up, I was just like, screw it. Let's try something. Let's just try it. So I decided to just paint it all. All right. So we're currently on our 5-volt. You can't see that. Come on. There we go. Let's put some electricity in this thing. All right, 3, 2, 1. 5.05 volts. Look at that. 12.06 volts. Nice. Let's go to III DIY cam. Oh, did I forget to turn it on? No, it's on. Oh, I forgot to focus it. There we go. Whoa. Someone had this adjusted such that people will yell at you on the internet. It's way too big. Way too big. But it's on. I think we need to brighten that up a little bit. Yes, the aspect ratio. It's all wrong. Oh, people on the internet will yell at us. There we go. That's better. Let's adjust our cutoff. Let's give it just a little bit more juice. Yeah. That looks nice. Are we in focus? Yeah, it looks nice and focused. All right, cool. Boo, 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 boo. Is that okay? It's still, I think it's still a little wide, but it's okay. It's good enough. All right, so let's now, let's do the other thing. Let's actually let's put the hard drive bracket in. Okay, so we know we have a good chassis. That's always nice. Set you aside for a moment. And for this machine, what do you say we go with some spinning rust? A functional 250 meg drive. You'll notice, let's see. Jack68K says, how did you prep the chassis before painting? So for this one, what I did was I used the wire wheel to clean off most of the rust. There were some spots that I couldn't get the wire wheel, so I had to use a little wire brush. So I did that, and then that cleaned it all up. Eric Helgeson, hello. Why do you say no? What did I do wrong? Oh, because there's no no blue SCSI in this one. Yeah, I'm going a little old school on this build. Only 8 megs of RAM. Little regular spinning rust. So yeah, what you'll notice is that I just filed out the screw holes a little bit on these. Because the screw holes don't line up. They only line up perfectly with really old drives that originally came with these. So, all right, let's zoom in a little bit there. So you can see the holes are a little oblong, not perfectly, circular. I just use a little file to oblong the holes a little bit. Don't need to go nuts, just a little skosh, and then your floppy drive will fit again. Speaking of no pain, no gain, make sure to stay tuned in. We are gonna pop open a color classic, and I'm sure it's gonna be gross on the inside. Okay, so we are missing screws. We need like the fatter kind of machine screws to hold the hard drive in. Here's a couple of these guys. So yeah, with the little scrub brush too, I did soak the hard drive thing cage in some Evapo Rust, just because I had it already out, and I just gave it a little soak because there were some little spots that I couldn't really get to. Retro Viator likes the smell of fresh paint. Yeah. That, plug in our power, let's plug in our logic board. I think my hands are getting too big. Getting big hands in the old day. Hey, socket wedge. Now, this one really didn't smell bad. It just really, I think they used this computer on the sun. It must have gone to space. I've had things that smell like cigarette smoke, but this one was purely due to coloration. I don't know if it was extreme heat or what. Maybe it was in a front window of a store or something. But it was all color. Okay. Floppy cable. I mean, once we hit the logic board with some heat, yeah, the cap juice is gonna smell, but yeah, it's not cigarette smoke like you might have expected looking at the color of this thing. Oh my god. How many people are freaking out that I'm gonna neck this CRT? Yeah, even the one on the back is yellow. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, you can't see what I did. but I can see what I did. Floppy cable manglage. Oh, I don't want to take this all back apart. Ah. Let's see. Let's see. We need a long, pokey thing. Oh man, I don't want to neck another CRT. I had one. I didn't even. It was just pulling off the neck board. One of the pins was stuck, and like, it looked totally fine still, but the gas seeped out around the pin. That was the only time I've necked a CRT so far. I wish I had something to knock on wood with. I should have plugged this in before. All right, we're gonna take this off. Hey, particle. Gonna take this out too. Mangled my USB floppy drive real bad trying to fix it. What did you mangle in it? On it, around it. Let's do this. Let's do it this way. Is there something weird with that? It's a little weird. There it goes. Whew, okay. We can all relax now. It went in. It's happy. Okay. And now, SCSI cable. This SCSI cable is sad that it's not being attached to a blue SCSI. One of the things that's weird is I'm like running low on blue SCSIs. I don't know what happened. I had like such a surplus for a long time. I know I gave a bunch away. I didn't think I gave that many away. Eric only has like 75. That's running tight on inventory there. Okay, I think we're all plugged in with everything. Should we give it a keyboard? I was going through checking to make sure the keyboards work. This is one I'm going to be sending to Dave. Dave likes to restore things, so this is a perfect restoration project. Don't forget the neck board. Ah, thank you. Nice job, people. I knew I was going to do that. Thank you, everyone. Hey, it's a Sloopy Malibu. Hello, Mr. Sloopy. I hope you and your family are doing well. All right, let's get this going. Does anyone want a close-up sound of the spinning rust? You might get some E sound. It's It's not a particularly loud one. I think I have 7.1 on here. Not that I know if the 7.1 install actually works. Oh, it locked up. Locked up. Where's my little drive I made yesterday? I made up a little floppy boot disk yesterday. Floppy boot sounds. I think you might be right, Jack. It's not seeing the hard drive. That's funny. Should have used the blue SCSI. Should have used the blue SCSI. What the heck, bro? Alright, let's I should have one around here somewhere. There we go. It even ejected nicely. Let's put our blue SCSI in here. There, look. Look, Eric. Blue SCSI. It's okay. I always have one at hand. But I was going to sell this one with spinning rust. Oh, I got to get the back case. Oh, I think it tried to boot off of the... Yeah, it tried to boot off the internal drive. Oh well. We'll have to replace that. Dang. Who wants... I don't give you dead... Well, I might have given you dead printer. I don't know. Wow. Okay. That hard drive is toast. And it... Ugh. Oh well. That's okay. That's okay. Let's put our case back on. Oh, that was the one that was supposed to go to Dave. Might not go to Dave anymore. Oh. So you can see that all cleaned up. This thing had a really awful tan line on that side. You can still see a little bit of discoloration. But it's so much better. It's so much better. Oh, we got to put our Apple back on. Got to put our Apple back on. Zoom out just a skosh. Put our Apple back on. I need to go get some glue. Okay, so we got our nice RTV black. Perfect glue to put this stuff back on. Our little apple is inside the bag. That's a nice looking apple. That's a quality apple. I think it's time for some new RTV. Oh, and we're at the point where I'm going to get it all over my fingers and turn the whole computer black. Hey, Daniel Brisson. Yes, on this channel, we're not big fans of orange. Put a little bit, a little bit. Come on. Oh, my RTV. It's failing me. Oh, man. I didn't check my RTV stock before streaming. So I like to use this RTV because it will hold things strongly, but also if you need to get this back off someday, say you want to do a second round of retro brighting, it will come off. There we go. Just some little black RTV on there. Oh, Bacchus sent me something. Ooh, that'll be fun to check out on stream next week. Oh, DIY is right about the gloves. I should have been wearing gloves. Look at this. Look at that mess. The nice thing is isopropanol does a decent job when the RTV is still not set. Cleans it up pretty well. No, Steve. No. No. We do not accept printers at this time. There we go. Look at that. So, the Orange Clown SE30 is no longer the Orange Clown SE30. I'll find a drive that actually works and double check it all and get this ready to sell. Who wants to buy a restored SE30? Okay, so that's that. Now to the important thing for today. Let's check out this Color Classic and let's see what kind of e-waste I bought. Oh, nice. Eric's Edge is retro brighting his. Yeah, check out his stream from last Saturday. He worked on an SE30. Where's that thing? So, I have not opened this yet. So we're all going to share in the happiness and or sadness together, as I like to do here. So, one thing you can see, Mac Color Classic, no power up, $150. The dates were kind of weird. It seems like some of the dates were early, like from early 2000s when this guy was selling these. No power, bad power supply, 80 meg hard drive, battery removed. This is a nice thing. On all of the systems that I bought from this lot, the person had removed the batteries from them, so that we know that that's at least a good thing. If we look on the side, there's some grossness. I probably should be wearing gloves. Interestingly, the front is a nicer color than the side. The side is much more orange than the front. Yeah, Jack 68K. I'm pretty sure he did not remove the capacitors. But we can see that the screws are missing here. The one thing that's really good though, right? Like when these are stored very badly, all of this is corroded, right? So we're in good shape here. We have a network card. So that was cool. So I'm gonna just ever so slightly. I like to use these to try to do that as precisely as possible. I don't think the Color Classics is brittle as some of the other ones, but it's not like it's a 575, but we still want to be nice to it if we can. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Eric Helgeson would like these Sims. They're blue. Blue Sims. How cool is that? So network card. Dynaport ELCM. This looks decent. This is not bad. We might power this on today, or attempt to power it on today. That's in really good shape. Nice. I was terrified. I was really scared about that. All right, let's see what the chassis looks like. So isn't the Classic artificially restricted in speed or in bandwidth like the LC2? Isn't it basically just kind of an LC2? Check this analog board, because these can have some pretty gross caps on them too. That's probably why it's not powering up. Doesn't smell too bad. Like sometimes you get some computers that smell really badly of basement. This doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I don't see massive leakage anywhere. It's pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, the RF shield's not super rusted. Let's get that off. God, very gently, very, very gently. Gonna be nice to this. We're gonna use a razor blade, cut off this silicone. Yeah, so one of the things I was thinking about is I did see a forum post about taking the analog board out of this and replacing it with a 575 analog board. Now, this is narrower, so you do need to make some little modifications. Going very gently, very gently, very gently. Okay, what all we got in here? This should not have been powered on anytime recently, so I'm not expecting to get zapped. Yeah, we're good. Unplug that. Unplug this guy. And then I think we just gank the heck out of this thing. There's a connector up front. Sometimes they're very tight. Don't think there's any more clips holding this in. Where's my little plier-y dealies? Nope. There we go. Just a little prying force. Is all the persuasion we needed. That should come out. We got a grounding clip holding us in. Yep. Real for real Apple. Quantum drive in there. Oh, gotta unplug the speaker connector. All right, so that's cool. Set the chassis aside. I'm not going to use the rest of that today. I have to finish disassembling that and get it retro braided. Let me go grab a 575 analog board. So yeah, the width is very different, but if we look on the back, most of that can go away. Although we might have to worry about like, where's our distance? Yeah, I think I might put this thing in the table saw. See, like, if we cut that side off, the issue we're gonna run into is all these guys. But that's not many guys. And there's only a couple of traces back here. Yeah, like, the actual, look at this. The actual alignment of all this stuff is identical. I think this would be a fun mod, because then we get 640 by 480 instead of the 512 384 dealie. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Big Bad Table Saw, yes. Hey, Adam Baranek. Cool. Well, I think what I'll do is, I think I have a cap kit for one of these still. If I remember correctly, the cap kit for these are the same. Oh, yeah, I mean, you could modify this analog board, but like, aren't the ICs more bulkier in the 575? Isn't it like intended to handle voltages a little better? So I want to pop this off, because this is the spot where I've noticed the caps are the worst. I just want to take a look in here real quick. And like, what if I really wanted to maybe put a 6200 logic board in this or something? Really go full on Mystic. Or what's it called when you do the full... Oh. Yeah, that's not bad. So I've noticed before that all the caps in here can leak, but they don't look bad. This part looks a little burny. So there is some evidence of a bunch of heat around there, although, oh, yeah. That might just be glue that got hot. There are a couple diodes here that seem to have gotten hot. But yeah, there's no cap juice all over the place. Doesn't smell bad. Alright, let's rip the caps off of this logic board and power it up. Because we got the tools here. Or we can power these things up. Alright, we don't need this anymore. Turn on our hot air. We're going to hit 380 degrees. No, 350. Hey, Mark Smith. Yes, better than cat pee. That system, finally, I got that all retro brighted. So the system that had that overdrive, the overdrive, the upgrade 68030 board in there, that one has been all retro braided. So that one, well, I think I'm gonna use that board in a different build because I have I have a dual floppy. Oh yeah, it smells bad. I have a dual floppy SE with a hard drive, a special hard drive cage in it. And so I'm gonna turn that into like the world's ultimate SE. But I did some testing with that upgrade board, and it is fast. It's way faster. Like the little Mini Mac Performer is a very cool upgrade path, but the official upgrade board blows that thing out of the water. I forget what board that was now. Oh, that one's kind of gross. Hey, it's just a De Morgan. Hello. Yeah, we'll recap all the time. We very rarely do table saw work. I was working on my pickup truck all week because I think I told the story last week or the week before, but I was out somewhere and one of my brake lines ruptured. So I got all new brake lines for my truck, and that job friggin' sucked. I eventually got it all done, but then I couldn't bleed the front brakes, so I was fighting that, figuring out what was wrong with that. I finally finished that job this week. And so that's where my week has been. I told Gutbaum about it. He's like, you should have streamed that. I was like, nope, too many expletives. That would have gotten me kicked off of YouTube permanently. No, Eric, luckily I did not have to drop the fuel tank. There's only one brake line that goes over the fuel tank, so that part was the relatively easy one. So metal or rubber lines, basically, I mean, the main lines are all metal, but once you get off of the chassis, there's the brake lines that go down to the calipers. So I've replaced all of those as well while I was doing it. So yeah, it would have been an easy job if like the engine and the body were not in the way. I could have done it pretty quick, but come on. Whoa, that's one of the reasons people don't like to use hot air on these. The jump scares. Well, that one went too, but it didn't have as much enthusiasm. I03. Why does that never flow off my tongue? How many times have I been saying that? I803866SX says, cost me $900 to replace 2 brake lines. A coworker of mine paid $1,400 for brake line replacement. Yeah, that's awful. I So I thought it was going to be a relatively cheap job because the brake lines themselves, like to get the stainless steel brake line kit, was only like $110, and that's like the bulk of the space, right? Like that's what broke. That's, you know, where most of the work is. Like that's, you know, where like you're going around your whole vehicle with those stainless lines. That was only $110, but then each of the rubber lines was between 25 and $35, and then I wound up getting new calipers for the rear, new brake pads for the rear. So it was just, it wound up being way more expensive than I thought it was going to be. It was just such an awful experience. There you go, Sloopy. See, that's the smart. You teach your kids how to work on vehicles, and then they can work on them for you. I don't have kids. I probably could have found a student that would do it. Do an internship on brake line repair. I don't think they would have gone for that. But yeah, there was one that, like, so the analog braking system is basically, yuck, underneath the cab of the truck, and you know the master cylinder is in the front of the cab of the truck, and the brake lines come, so there's two that come off the master cylinder. They go down to the little ABS box, and then out of the ABS box you get one that goes to the back, and then two that come to the front. Oh, there's one more cap we got to get. And one of them wraps all the way around the truck. Like, it was just a total complete nightmare to figure out how to get that one put back in. That was unpleasant. That's why there was so much cursing. Oh my God, my neighbors must think that I'm have Tourette's or something. So luckily I heard them yelling worse for no apparent reason later in the week. So I'm not the only crazy person around here. Some grossness coming down. Yeah. That cleaned up all right. Let's take a look at that underneath the under the microscope. Take a look at these in a little more detail. Hello, David Starbuck. Let's get this one. Don't want to destroy that. Okay, that one's done. Now we gotta get out the abomination. Power this guy up. Well, the abomination's right behind me. So I will give this a real ultrasonic bath clean. This one isn't too bad, so I might just do a dish soap. Dish soap is slightly alkaline normally, so It should be, oh no, these are alkaline. No, we might need to do a little vinegar. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how bad it is. Oh, let's take a look in the microscope real quick just to make sure that there's nothing really gross. Oh, there? Okay, there we go. Let's look around here. That doesn't look bad. That doesn't look bad. This is a thing that you do need to worry about sometimes. When you do add some heat, you get these little solder balls that pop up out of underneath corroded solder. So you want to make sure they're not going to short anything out. But all that all looks nice. What about down here? Wow. Oh, this thing looks nice. This is a nice board. Sweet. What about over here? Yeah, that looks good. We're gonna power this up. So this one was just age, and you know, we expect cap juice out of these. It's fine. Let's grab the abomination. Can we put the SE30 Peeker on this? Oh. Yeah, it's a little fishy smelling in here. Not as bad. Man, that system, yeah, no, that's not the right thing. Don't plug this into this. That regular SE that I bought, oh man, that thing was disgusting. Okay. So this is the abomination. If you've never seen the abomination before, this is my LC575 chassis in a giant wooden box. And I have both logic board connectors for the 68030 and 68040, and then the newer systems, so you can use like the PowerMax 6200 type boards as well. It could be made less abominable by some 3D printing. Yeah, but that's not the point. This is part of the charm of the abomination, is that it looks like this. Okay. Where did that keyboard go that I dropped on the floor? So you can't really see it, but you know, you just plug your logic board in to the side. Let's give this ugly keyboard and mouse. It's gonna go to Dave. Make sure there's nothing dangling inside here that's gonna short out. We're not gonna get sound out of this because I don't have the capacitors installed, but this'll at least tell us if we get power. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we got power going to this chassis. No fires yet. All right, the board powered on. Now we'll see. Let's go to DIY cam. Oh. No, it's not waking up. Oh, but it might not be able to drive the resolution. I thought I got rid of that. Oh, I didn't think about that. Dang. I don't know what the situation is on the you know, the display pins that tell this how to behave. Let's see what happens if we go to here? The sense pins, there you go. Oh, we got sound. It chimed. That's funny. I want to see if the blue SCSI tries to start booting. Oh. Oh. It's trying to drive it. It's doing something. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see the mouse. There's the mouse. Yeah, it's trying to do stuff. Oh, there we go. Cool. How the heck did that work? Oh, yep, it tried to boot. All right. Nice. Wow. The terrible display means it's working. Oh, that's funny. Cool. Well, that's unexpected. I don't know how we got sound out of that thing without the caps, but maybe the Color Classic, it's like, we don't need caps. We're just gonna send the sound right out. Yeah, I'm gonna send one of these boards to Justin too. Oh yeah, without the grounding situation. These boards, maybe that's the Classic 2 that has weird grounding. Okay. Does everyone want to see the current state of III DIY's cursed LC575? So this chip, which is basically it's the digital to analog converter to do the display. This chip I had off. If you check my social media, you'll see a picture of this chip with every pin has a wire going to it, basically underneath there. So I got that back on. You can see there's 2 bodges here. I could not find, there's a bunch of internal traces around here on this board that are just destroyed. And so that's causing issues. I had to do external bodges on those 2 pins. So I have a feeling there's still stuff that I'm missing. Garth says he thinks he sees a bad trace. Oh, Gupon made a matrix of the board. That's nice. So the other thing is, when you're working on these grounds are basically not really grounds. And so when I'm probing, I do all my references to Cap 15, and I solder a lead to the negative trace, and I probe that. That's my ground for when I'm doing oscilloscope measurements. 17 broken traces. Yeah, I've repaired. I stopped counting in the 80s. So yeah, these things can go south pretty quickly. So let me show you what this does. Power up. Nope, that's not the power button. So we get chime, and then we get an immediate SADMAC. And I have a feeling that I'm missing a trace somewhere on the so that underneath the VRAM sims, there's a bunch of repaired traces. I replaced the CPU socket. There's repaired traces under there. I mean, you can see some repaired traces on the top of the board. Yeah, all around the clock chips. bunch of mess there. So this was the bad area, and so I think there's something here that I still haven't found yet. I'm not giving up. There was also a break somewhere. The reset line goes from over here down to these two. There was a break somewhere there. Oh yeah, all the chips, all the legs around the egret or CUDA. I forget if this is called a CUDA or an egret. There are a bunch of bread traces there because these two caps made a mess. For people that are working on these, if you want to get rid of some chips, you can get rid of all of these. And you can actually boot the OS if you hold down Shift. So that's just a way to simplify some stuff off of the board when you're trying to work on it. So yeah, that's where... Does that board have the text diagnostic support in ROM? I don't know. That was something I was thinking of doing, is trying the serial diagnostic thing. I have not yet tried that on a Mac, so it might be fun to do. What time is it? It's 1:46. Oh, have I missed anything that I said? This board is now made of bodge wires, hopes, and dreams. Yes, that is exactly what this is made up of right now. So yeah, that's that. Oh, should we try to power up these other SE30 boards since we're here? We got a little bit of time, right? Let's, we got the two from SE30 boards from the lot of systems that I bought before, or that we started working on last week. And we did not try to power them on because, well, oh no, we did power one on. We did not power them both on because one of them looked really awful. So yeah, let's try to power up these SE30 boards. Got a little time. I don't really need to be anywhere today. I should do more mowing. Nope. All right, Justin D. Morgan and Dave's Vintage Apple Tech definitely want to see more SE30 boards. Okay. Okay, so this was the one we powered on last week. We know that one's fine. This one we did not power on, so we're going to take a look at that under the microscope. This one we also lost Q3 somewhere in the process. I don't know where that went. So I think I have replacement Q3s. I think they are 3904 NPN transistors. I think that's what they are. So let's see if we blow them up. Let's go under the microscope. Yeah, Q3 I think is part of the ADB system. Nope, there we go. But we still want to make sure it's good. So let's see, let's put some flux on this. Clean up all this area. Let's take a look over here. I remember this board, there was like splashes. Like I've never seen a board wet with cap juice like this before. That it was still wet. That was weird. That was very weird. That doesn't look bad. Let's look over here. This is so clean compared to the one we just built. This trace might be a little sketchy. Let's scrape a little bit. Scrape a little bit off of that one. Follow that down here. And I'll go there. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what happens if we beep that out. That's still good. What about this guy over here? That doesn't look too hot. Yeah, well, things are growing really quick up here. We also have like crabgrass season. Like, I don't know what happens in June, or it's not even June, it's like July. Let's go down here. Basically, I'm just opening up a little piece on either side here just to see if we can get beeps. Yeah, in July we get like just massive crabgrass growth, and then that grows so quick, and then I can't mow if it gets too high. That one might be broken. We might have a broken one there. Am I following the right trace? Yep. Oh, nope, it's there. That's good. Okay. That board should be fine. Let's put the Q3 back on. Let's clean up this area. Let's throw a cap on this area while we're looking at it. I'm pretty sure that's a 4716. If anyone knows off the top of my head, I think there's only one non-4716 on this board. Okay. Where's my solder braid? Okay, so we're going to be really careful here. Let's do this bit first. Nice. Oh yeah. That's okay. That's okay. That's looking way better than I thought it would look. So if you like scraping traces, smelling cap juice, actually this one doesn't smell like cap juice. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be swell. Oh yeah, look at that. That cleaned up nice. I was worried. There was some... Whenever your solder gets corroded enough to just like totally powderize, you know that the corrosion's bad. Yeah, it probably is best to mow the morning or evening, Justin, but well, one, I can't do mornings because everything's so wet that it just it clogs up the mower. But also, you know, it probably makes your grass happier if you do it at night. But I would prefer my grass to not grow all that quickly. I don't really care what it looks like. We don't have an HOA, so I don't care about that stuff. All right, where did the solder go? Do we have solder? Yes, we still have some solder. Not out yet. So we'll put a blob here and a blob here. And we'll get our 4716. go there. There we go. And we gotta get one of these guys out of here. Sorry, my fingers have dark spots on them. It's not dirt, it's RTV. I'm sure that's driving III DIY crazy. Sorry, bud. Okay, so we got that one set. I'll come back. Do these guys. There we go. Look at how nice that is. Let's just double check. Those traces look good, but let's always just double check. There. That's good. That's all good. All right, now it's time for the SE30 Peeker. It's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, if I use enough RTV, I'll look like III DIY's hands. Look at this. We're using all of our friends' products today. I'm going to set you aside. We don't need you today. We know you work. We don't know if you work. I'm going to use the SE30 Peeker. We're going to use Ron's Pico Micro. God darn it, I forgot the name again. Oh, look at this. This was something I noticed on this board. One of the clips is busted. It was not me. It was like that. But we still have one, so it's fine. As always, I spray down the sockets with deoxit. That helps lubricate everything. SE combo Pico vid. Oh, and I need a power cable. And now I just used that power cable. Gotta get this in frame. Show off the SE combo Pico vid. Show it off. There we go. All right, let me grab a power cable for this guy. And we should probably, oh, we're not going to get sound, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's give it a blue scuzzy. Where did the blue scuzzy go? What? You think my power supply is overkill? It's only 450 watts. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see all the blinking lights. Zoom back out. There we go. It can power 10 max. Let's find keyboard and mouse here. You don't need to see this disgusting keyboard. I'm only sending you the nicest things, Dave. Nicest things. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, we got blinking lights. Let's shut the workshop light off. Look at them blink. We got main screen turn on. Look at those blinking lights blink. Oh, I love this thing so much. We got a light on Ron's thing. We got lights on the blue SCSI. We got lights on the SE30 Peeker. Look at them go. They are working. These lights are working so hard. Yeah, that's a good idea, Starbuck. Just do a stream of the blinking lights. 47 people. The blinking lights, man, they bring all the people to the stream. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be swell. Oh yeah. This does have a spot for a 7905, right? I think I have a 7905. We could upgrade this one. Oh well. There we go, we're booting. Who wants to see booting when we have blinking lights? Oh, my 7905s are wedged into my little, there we go, here we go. 1585. Oh, we have a S7905 I think we pulled off of a plus board. Should we upgrade our oh, damn, what's that thing called? SE combo PicoVid? PicoVid, not PicoVid. That's true, Jack60K. You are seeing booting. Yeah, there you go. That's a great idea, Mark Smith. Do a Nixie tube version of this. So what OS do I have? I think this is 7.1. Yeah, so it's 7.1. Should see our 4 megs. Good, good. This is nice. All right, let's turn the... There we go. All right, let's shut this off. Let's upgrade this so that we can get the full use out of our SE30 Peeker. So yeah, Gut Bomb says this comes with it now. Mine did not. Gonna assume that it goes this way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's ground, then that, and then that. All right, have a good one, III DIY. Thanks for hanging out today, bud. Okay. So this is just a 7905 regulator. I pulled this one off of a Mac Plus board that we thought that might be an issue, but it wound up not being the issue. So it should be a fine 7905. Let's see if we make fire. Should we test it on a regular SE board first? You know what you should always do is solder over top of an SE30 board, because you want to make sure that if you get a flailing ball of solder somewhere that you get it lodged in your board so that you destroy it. Do not solder over top of your boards. How many times do I have to tell you people, do not do what you see me do. You shouldn't even watch this. Like, what the heck is wrong with you people? Nope, that one doesn't go there. Okay, so you can see that's the way we put it in. Metal side over here. I think that's the right way. If it's not, the fire should tell us. Make sure we get that on stream. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go. Now we got our -5 volts showing up there. Cool. Man, we did a lot of work today. Finished up that SE30. Should build a flat SE30. Well, that's kind of what Gutbaum and Ron did, right? You can use this board to build yourself a little like LC kind of SE30. So yeah, that's good stuff. Oh my God, I could sit there and watch this all day. Okay, that booted fast. Man, how fast is that? All right, folks. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today. So I have 2 more SE30s that I need to rebuild. If anyone's looking for an SE30, let me know. I need to sell these things. I need cash. I have too many systems. I basically got that whole lot because I wanted the Color Classic. And now I have 10 other computers that I don't really want. All right, so let's remind you what we did here. Look at that. Look at this beautiful SE30 we restored compared to how orange it was. That thing is looking good. We'll have to put some new spinning rust in it before we sell it. Oh, there's a new CapMac mini case. Oh, nice. Nice. Cool. I look forward to hearing about that. All right, folks. Have a great week. I have a stream scheduled for Wednesday afternoon. I'm hoping to actually do it this time because I really want to fix this $5 video card that someone mangled the heck out of. There's a lot of bad stuff down in there, and I don't even understand how they did it. So I'm hoping to do that on Wednesday. Hopefully I won't get stuck under a vehicle this week. As always, make sure to check out Dave's Vintage Apple Tech tomorrow for the big stream. And yeah, have a great week, y'all. And as we say at the Big Bad Bench, if you're a Trumper, go F yourself. Bye, y'all.